Here I sit again. This is my this is pretty much my life now. In between two shores. Waiting for October to roll around so I can see what the hell my health is going to show. Then determine what the hell I'm going to do from there. I want to go back to the Philippines for a visit. Stay for a little while, maybe 3 months or so, and then come back. Or if things work out good back there and everything gets back to normal again, well, maybe I'll stick a little longer. Maybe stay a year. Come back at the end of the year and visit my kids again. I don't know. I just know right now I don't know, I just feel out of place. I feel in between two, like I said, a ship between two shores. I miss the Philippines and my wife, but I also like being here with my kids, and so just in one of those situations. Life changes on a dime. You can be going along good, and then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, shit happens. Changes the course you're on and forces you to make changes. Changes you'd rather not have to make, but for now, I'm alive and well. I'm alive. I'm breathing, and knock on wood. Got my health right now, as far as I can tell. I got some arthritis in my neck and shoulders, and some in my lower back and upper back. But other than that, I can deal with that pain. We'll mentholate here and there, and keep on keeping on. I think I'm going to order me some more green mentholated body rub today off Amazon. I got it saved on my cart, where I can go in and order 2 more bottles of the green liniment I like. The Mega painkiller was okay, but it left like a skin after it dried. After absorbing your skin, it left sort of like a skin on it, and then you'd have to rub that off like dry skin. The liniment doesn't do that. You can just rub it into your skin. It's soothing and comforting. Doesn't take away all the pain, but it helps some of the pain, so it makes it tolerable. Trying to back off the ibuprofen a little bit, because the doctor said that could be causing some of my spotting in my stool. But I've taken ibuprofen all my life, starting back in my 30s when I first had a back injury. I started taking ibuprofen because it had a muscle relaxer in it, and it helped the pain. And through the years up till now, I've taken it off and on when needed. But most of the time I'd use icy hot or mentholated green body rub, liniment, which seemed to get me by okay. Nice day out today, not too hot. It's supposed to be hot today, but I don't really notice it that much. It seems like it's not too bad out right now. Sun's behind the trees for the time being. Sitting here at the table out on the deck. It's kind of a mystery. We got a ear of corn out on our tree feeder, squirrel feeder, and it hasn't been touched. Terry bought a bird seed feeder, hung it out here on the deck. The birds haven't touched it either, so I don't know if there's something wrong with that seed. They don't like it. Or maybe it's just too close to the house and they don't want to come down here because they're scared they might get, might be danger or something. But in all fairness, the dogs are out here quite a bit, and it may just be they're scared of the dogs. It's hard to tell. She wanted to put it out here across from her kitchen windows so she could watch the birds from her kitchen windows, but even sitting in the kitchen watching the bird feeder, there's no birds showing up. So I don't know if this seed's just bad or something about the birds don't like. I don't think they've even come down to try it. So I don't know what's going on with the bird feeder. It's a nice little bird feeder, and it's full of seed, but just no sign of any birds. And the squirrel feeder where the ear of corn stuck on a nail for the little squirrel to sit and eat his corn. We haven't seen the squirrel come back either. He hasn't been around, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But this time we're in right now, it's just weird anyway. I just feel like we're in it's just, I don't know, it's like we're here, but we're not here, or somewhere else, or at the same time, or I don't know what the hell's going on. But since I've been back here, it's just been like being in the Twilight Zone. Nothing seems real, and what does seem real isn't real, it seems like, but it is at the same time. But it just feels different. I don't know how else to explain it, just different. It's a mystery to me. I think ever since those scientists did that split that God particle and that atom, and it caused the Earth's core to come to a stop and then start rotating backwards, it just seems like it's thrown everything off. The weather, just everything just seemed out of place. Like another place. We're here, but we're in another here. I don't know how else to explain it. Just like it's just strange. The days go by so fast. Seems like the days just fly by. I don't know where we're flying to, but it's just weird. It's just fucking weird. My day starts with getting up and having my breakfast and morning coffee, and then next thing you know, the kids are getting home from school. Next thing you know, it's bedtime. Next thing you know, I'm back in my bedroom watching TV late at night until I fall asleep. And then it's next morning you get up and start all over again, the same thing. It's just like time has stood still. But it hasn't. It keeps flying forward. It's just strange. I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that way? Like something's just switched or something? I don't know. It's just really strange. Like old William Shatner's series on YouTube, Weird or What? And this is definitely Weird or What? See if I can get some breezes going. Come on, treesies. Bring us some breezes. Come on. Bring on some breezes. It's not bad out today. I mean, I'm not sweating sitting out here. The sun's behind the clouds or the trees or somewhere. This table right now is in the shade. It's comfortable sitting here next to the bird feeder that doesn't get any attention and the squirrel feeder that doesn't get any attention. It's just strange. I don't know. It's like the birds have just left and the squirrels have left. And here I sat. My kids have been struggling. All my kids have had their struggles, their own personal struggles. My only struggle has been trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Because at this point in time, I just don't know. I got this colonoscopy coming up. I'm hoping it comes back clear and clean. And I'm hoping when they check my heart with electrocardiogram or whatever the hell they're going to do to check my heart valves, I hope it comes back okay. Those both come back okay, then I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to go from here. I'm thinking about returning next year to the Philippines. Test the waters, so to speak, see how things go. If things work out okay between me and Tessa, then I might stay a little longer. I still got my permanent residency over there, so I've got that still enforced. So I'm still considered a permanent resident in the Philippines. I'll have to renew it come January. If and when I do decide to go back, if I can go back, if my health allows it, go back next year, next spring. Like I said, test the waters, see how things go, see if we can fix what's broke. Things got kind of in a mess in January, December and January this last year and this year coming in. 2024 has just been a fucking nightmare. Shit just went bad. Switch was flipped and things went weird, and I ended up having to come back here to straighten out my messes back here. Got that all straightened out and taken care of. Got my check unsuspended so I could start getting my check every month again. It's been a hell of a year. It's just been one hell of a year. I'm glad it's almost over. I hope the hell 2025 is a better year than 2024, because 2024 came in like a wrecking ball. It just everything seemed to go wrong. The only thing good about this year is getting to be here with my kids, and me and Terry and Josh got to go to New Orleans and take an airboat ride and walk down Bourbon Street in the French Quarter and spend some time down there in New Orleans a couple of days. That was nice. Out of the blue, I got some checks from out of the blue that I wasn't even expecting. I got one check back from this lawsuit that the lawyers filed against these fast cash companies. And I guess I was a recipient of it and got screwed, and so I got reimbursed. They sent me a check in the mail, these lawyers did, concerning that lawsuit on the fast cash places. And that enabled me to go to New Orleans. I took out a little extra money in a loan at my bank so we'd be able to go down there and be comfortable while we stayed in New Orleans for a couple of days and nights. And it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. It was one of the things on my bucket list I wanted to do before I die. I wanted to see New Orleans and go down there and walk in the footsteps of my characters and my books I wrote, fiction books I wrote about New Orleans, and got to walk in the footsteps of my characters, got to ride the airboat ride like my characters, got to see the bayou, go back in the swamps, got to see the gators up close and personal, got to feed them, got to take a fantastic airboat ride. It was I just loved it. Went flying down through the Back Bay waters into the bayou, and it was nice. Gators come right up on our boat, and we got to feed them and see them. And our guide, our captain of our boat, he gave us a full informational tour of the bayou and the swamp and the trees and the creatures back in the swamps. And he was born and raised there in the swamps in Louisiana, in the New Orleans bayou. And he said he's born and raised there. He had a house not too far from where we were sitting and feeding the gators. He said he could drive his airboat right up to his front porch. I thought that was really cool. But we had a great time down in New Orleans. It was awesome. That's one good thing that, besides coming back here safely and getting my bank and everything straightened out, my check unsuspended, and then that trip to New Orleans, that pretty much saved this year from being a total loss. But getting to see my kids and my grandkids. But I still got that empty place in me where, I miss my home in the Philippines. I miss my wife and my dog, so I'm having to deal with that. I have my ups and my downs. Some days I'm depressed and sad, and other days I'm a little better. And so we shall see what happens next year. October will tell a lot. How my exams go in October, how my medical exams go. My heart's okay, and my colon comes out clean, okay. And I'm hoping everything comes out okay, and then that way I can plan on what I'm going to do come next spring. I'm going to have to save up some money, though, for a plane ticket and some travel money in case I do go back. I'll have money to travel on, and I'll travel light again. I'll just take me a backpack and take my laptop and a carry-on bag for underneath my seat in front of me, and then my backpack for up above in the overhead carrier. I'd like to fly into Cebu this time around if I could. Fly from St. Louis or Chicago to Los Angeles, and then from Los Angeles to Cebu, and then on to half-hour flight to Iloilo, hour-and-a-half flight to Iloilo from Cebu. And have Thessa pick me up at the airport, hopefully. Last time I went there, she wasn't even at the airport when I landed. I had to call her, wake her up because she's sleeping. She fell asleep. I hope this time, if I do go back, things are better, and she shows up at the airport, pick me up, and we can go from there and see what happens. I've been talking to her about getting a smaller place to sell the house and get her down payment back and get her a small apartment, or not a real small apartment, but a one-story apartment where she ain't got to climb up and down the stairs every day. And maybe close to some sari stores and markets, fish markets and stuff, where we can just catch a petty taxi down to get food and stuff. But get that rent down to where it's affordable. I told her to get the apartment while I'm not there, and that way the rent will be cheaper. If they find out she's got a foreigner with her, they'll jack that rent up high just because they think all foreigners are rich, and it's not the case at all. Most of the foreigners in the Philippines are retirees, and they're not rich. The Filipinos, compared to what Filipinos make there, I guess we seem rich, but we're not really that well off. We got enough money to get by there, and the dollar goes farther. You can live a comfortable life over there. You can have a house and have food, your food expenses and your utilities paid and shit, but not a lot left over after that. If you ain't got a pension, you just got your Social Security, it can get pretty tight sometimes. You gotta budget your money, just like here. But it's a hell of a lot better, cheaper there, living there than it is here. And cigarettes are $1 a pack, just to give you an example. And vegetables and fruits are much cheaper there. And transportation's cheaper there, so I don't really need a vehicle because I can take a petty taxi or a jeepney or a Mexbus or whatever to get you around, a taxi. But yeah, we'll we'll just have to see where next year takes me. If I go or stay. Like I said, October is going to determine that. If my health is clear and everything looks okay, I'll be able to go and travel. But if it comes back to I gotta remain here and have future treatments done or something, I probably won't get to return. So then I'll just have to tell Fessy she's going to have to make plans, and we'll go from there, see what happens. I'm hoping I can return and visit for a while and enjoy the visit and see the family again back there, because I got her family back there I enjoyed being with and visiting. And we got 7 godchildren over there, little Filipino babies, they're little cuties. And but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to see if YouTube will let me record this whole damn video, because here lately YouTube's been wanting to cut your video short too, and that sucks, because then you don't get to have your whole video on there. So I'm going to get off here now and try it and see what happens, and talk to y'all later.